What's up guys, Bo here again, and welcome to the Bo Gingin vlog, right? Very dark Bo Gingin vlog, but a Bo Gingin vlog nevertheless, right? In this entry I want to talk to you about, I wanted to give you some practical advice, right? And this is essentially one of those things where it's like, oh, this thing will change your life completely, right? And I kind of hesitate to do that because it sounds very like bullshitty, you know, it sounds very kind of like salesy, but like it's kind of true, right? You know, and if you're familiar with my content, or even if you just want to have an idea of what the kind of stuff that I do, like I talk about high ideas and like spirituality, emotionality, philosophy, things like that. You know, I talk about those kinds of things, but like I guess I also, you know, I also occasionally give like practical advice, you know, that has like, you know, a tangible result to it. And so like the thing that I want to share with you is actually something that I started doing recently, which is to eat healthy on a regular basis. So you're probably thinking, if you're watching this, like, okay, you know, thanks for that advice. You know, I've never heard that one before. And yeah, you know, that's my advice, right? And basically I'm going to explain. Well, so, you know, so basically my advice in this entry is to eat raw veggies and fruits at least 4 times a week. Right? And that's kind of an arbitrary amount. But the reason I say 4 times a week is because that would obviously make it like more than 50% of the time, because there are 7 days in a week, right? And I'm saying to eat raw veggies and raw fruits 4 times out of those 7 times, right? And the reason this is such golden advice is because it's such simple, stupid sounding advice that any moron could come up with it, right? And that oftentimes tends to be the best advice. You know, like the advice that is so stupid and banal and trite that like it is so easily overlooked by other people that it actually, like, when you actually go and do it, it fucking works, right? And so I'm going to explain to you why this works and why it's the best thing that you'll ever do for yourself, pretty much. You know, again, like I have this channel where I talk about all of these high ideas, but like this one thing that I've started doing recently might be the best thing that I've ever done for myself, or one of the best things I've ever done for myself, right? And really, like, this isn't, again, you know, this isn't the first time you've heard this. You know, I'm pretty sure, right? You know, it's like, you know, what are the usual stuff that people tell you: to eat right, to exercise right, to, you know, and to take care of yourself in that way. And okay, and I'll kind of, yeah, so I'll kind of explain why this is such golden advice, right? You're probably asking me, okay, I have, you know, I get it. You know, I get it. Eat healthy. Cool. You know. But, you know, okay, I'll try and work that into my schedule where I'm, you know, trying to, you know, plan out my career. I'm trying to go to work and, like, you know, deal with all of the problems at work. I'm trying to deal with a family, with kids that are screaming at me half the time, you know, or like siblings that are quibbling with me all the time. I'm trying to deal with a boyfriend or a girlfriend that I have to see on a regular basis, and we have to do stuff together. I'm trying to do this, the hobby. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this. Okay, I'll try and work in, like, you know, eating healthy, right? You know, that's probably what you're thinking, right? Well, the reason why eating healthy, first and foremost, I guess exercise will come into this, but like this entry is about eating healthy. The reason that will help you is because it is your baseline. You know, like, I feel a bit dumb talking about this right now, honestly, because like it's so obvious, you know, what I'm saying. It's like, but like the thing that you'll notice if you start doing this, you know. So what I do is that every day I stuff a bunch of spinach, a bunch of kale, a bunch of any other greens that I happen to have in my fridge into my mouth. I chew it up and it exercises my jaw muscles at the same time for like, you know, a minute or so, 2 minutes. I wash it down with some water and I go about my day, you know, and maybe I'll have some more in the evening if I feel like it, right? But I make sure I do that every, like, you know, I try and do it every day. But like, again, as long as you make it a regular thing where it's like, it's kind of over the threshold of 50% of what you do, you know, this will work, right? So yeah, so the what you put into your body, it sounds so stupid, but like what you put into your body is going to fuel you in the same way that like you might have fucking like sat nav in your car, you might have a disco ball, you know, you might have like fucking like this like media center in your car, and your car can shoot laser beams out of it and transform into a fucking like jet fighter. But if you have no fucking fuel, then it's not going to run. Your computer might be like you know, the cutting edge model that can play all games on like maximum resolution and then some, you know, with whatever fucking shader effects on it, you know, it can like support like fucking like 5 monitors that you have in your room. It can do everything, right, this computer. But if you have no electricity, it won't fucking turn on, will it? Right? And I'm giving these stupid examples to you because it's true, like, and it works the same way with your body, right? And of course, like, it goes deeper than this, right? It's not just like shoving like a bunch of greens into your mouth, like raw vegetables and raw fruit. So like, yeah, I also like have fruit as well, like during breakfast or whatnot. But like, you know, it also involves like making sure you eat enough carbohydrates so that you have enough energy, making sure you have enough protein, making sure you have enough fat. Although the latter one, you know, the fat tends to be easy because there's so much fat in everything, right? In particularly good tasting foods. But like, I'm not, so in this entry, like, I'm not, even though my message in this entry is saying like eat healthy, I'm not telling you to stop eating that pizza, or to stop eating that like those cookies, or to stop eating those donuts, or to stop eating whatever the fuck you like eating that is fatty and unhealthy, right? Keep eating that shit, but start eating additionally like some raw greens and raw veg, some raw greens, raw veg and raw fruit, you know, like 4 times a week at least, right? And if you start doing this, you will realize, you will start to notice a few things, right? You will start to notice you have more energy. You will, like, I'm not kidding, you will start to notice you have more energy. This doesn't necessarily mean that you become Superman or Superwoman and fly out the window every morning. It just means that, for example, you're at work, you usually feel like shit at work, you usually feel drained. When people talk to you, you feel frustrated. When you're talking with customers, you feel frustrated. You don't want to talk to anyone. You just want to go home. If you start doing this, what you'll notice is that you might like, for example, you talk to your colleagues at work. You talk to customers at work. You still might think that they're fucking idiots, but at the same time, you're happy, and you'll notice this. You're like, I'm kind of smiling right now, even though like, I'm kind of annoyed and angry at this person, I'm still kind of smiling. Whereas normally, like, you know, if you didn't do this and you're malnourished, you know, like, you're unhappy, like you don't want to talk to that person, and you're miserable, and you feel like you're about to die, like viscerally, you feel like you're about to die. But like, you've done this, you're still fucking annoyed at the person you're talking to, but you've got a smile on your face. You know, and like whatever they're saying is annoying you, but it's not really annoying you that much, right? And this will happen to you, and like, you're doing work, and it might be like mentally or physically strenuous, but and you know you're feeling tired after a while, but you're still not feeling as tired as you would usually get, right? And then whilst you're smiling, people will start to treat you differently, and you'll notice this after you notice that you're smiling all the time. It's like people smile at you more often. People crack jokes at you and banter with you in a playful way more often. You know, they're more polite to you, and all of that came from you stuffing a bunch of greens in your mouth every day, or at least 4 times a week, and eating fruit. All of that from just doing this simple practice, right? And there are so many other kind of snowball effects that I haven't listed, like the fact that since you're not so stressed at work, for example, and you come home, you have more energy to do whatever the fuck you need to do at home, right? And you just have more energy for everything, and your mood is generally better than it was, right? So what this will do is not transform your life in the sense that suddenly make your life amazing, where you don't have to deal with shitheads anymore. You don't have to go to work that fucking mentally and physically drains you. You don't have to deal with the occasional crisis. No, none of that shit will change, because that shit is life, right? What will change is your energy levels, is the mood that you generally have, because you've looked after yourself, right? It's so fucking simple, this advice. I can't believe I am a man of 26 years old that I have taken this long to discover this, right? It's again, it's one of those pieces of advice that is so stupidly banal and trite and stupid. It just so dumb. It's such dumb advice that no one takes it seriously. Everyone's worried about, oh, no, I need to do this with my savings. I need to do this with my tax, whatever. I need to do this in my career. This complicated process or structure. It's no, yes, do all that stuff, but fucking eat, healthy. Eat some greens and eat some veg at least 4 times a week, and exercise as well, and it will fucking transform your life. It's so stupid, right? So yeah, that's pretty much my message. It's funny how it solves, it changes everything. It doesn't, again, it's not a miracle. It's not going to make your life amazing suddenly. It just means that you have more energy and things aren't as shitty. So one way that I that I kind of vocalize this to myself is well, if my life is going to be shitty today, and we all have shitty days, it's part of being human, at least I'll have fueled myself. And I can kind of feel good about the day being shitty, as opposed to being miserable about the day being shitty. You see what I mean? And this will change your life, pretty much. It's one of the things I've done that has as long as I keep doing it, who knows? If you slip up, hey, I'm not going to beat myself up about it, and you shouldn't either. But if you do this correctly, it will make your life so much better. So cool. That was my advice for you. Yeah, what can you do that will completely change your life forever? Do this. So cool. I hope that was helpful, and as always, I will catch you guys in the next entry. I hope you're having a good day as always. Peace out, bros and sisters. Bye.